Daddy lose his job? Well, the daddy in this story did, Doug the dinosaur. Hey, kid. Hi, kid. Oh, no. So girl in this story, her dad. Oh, no. What's going to happen? Are we going to be homeless? We have run out of food to eat. I think, Doug, yes, before you panic, too late. Well, before you panic anymore, we should read the story and maybe learn how we can help if something like that should ever happen to a kid. Oh, there are things that we could do? Yes, there's things you could do as a family to help each other when something like this happens, because unfortunately, sometimes those things happen. Yeah, sometimes I see in the news where they decide to, shut down a company or something. Exactly. And when things like that happen, people lose their jobs, mommies and daddies. But this is a story about how this family coped. Exactly. Okay, I really want to read for advice just in case something like that would ever happen to me. Okay, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, Doug, don't be so anxious. We're going to find a way. Okay. All right. This is one of those life lesson books. Here we go. Money, money, money. I never really thought about it until, last week when Dad lost his job. That's when everything changed, including me. Instead of thinking about all the things that I wanted, like those black and white soccer shoes or that new video game, I started to think about the things we needed. Oh, see, there she is. And there's Mom and Dad at the table, and Dad's looking a little bit dejected. That's a word for sad, because he's sad. He's disappointed, and Mom's patting him on the back and talking to him to make him feel better. And there's Junior down there on the floor, listening to everything, even though he's pretending he's playing cars. I'll never forget that day. It was the biggest snowstorm of the season. There was snow everywhere. There was so much snow that you couldn't even see across the street. The whole town had shut down. Everything was closed, even the restaurants. We were snowed in. And that meant it was a perfect day to snuggle up by the fire and watch movies. And that's what we did. Well, Dad and I built a fire, and Mom and my brother Ricky made the popcorn. Then we watched the movies and played cards, and we waited and waited for the snow to stop falling. It was the best day ever until the phone rang. I'll get it, said Dad as he rolled off the couch. A few minutes later, Dad came back. He had a funny look on his face, like he was scared. What happened? Mom asked. I have some bad news, Dad said as he sat down on the couch beside me. My company is trying to save money, so that means that a lot of people are losing their jobs, and I'm one of them. I've lost my job, Dad said. Oh no. And there they were enjoying their popcorn with a roaring fire. There's a movie playing, and now this. At that moment, everything seemed to stop. It was as if time stood still. I couldn't hear the movie. The fire stopped crackling. The popcorn that I had just eaten seemed to be stuck in the back of my throat. We sat in silence, each of us lost in our own thoughts, wondering, what are we going to do? Then, Mom stood up. A snowy day isn't complete until we've had hot chocolate, Mom said as she headed to the kitchen. Cheer up, guys, Dad said. We'll figure things out. Don't worry. See, everybody seems to be in a better mood now. All right, so what happens next? After a few days of being snowed in, the town was finally coming back to life, and things were getting back to normal, except Dad didn't have a job. I have to say that it was nice eating breakfast with Dad in the mornings before we went to school, and after school, when we came home, he was always waiting for us at the bus stop so that he could walk us home. Oh, now that's a nice benefit that you didn't think about, but if Dad's going to be around for a little while he's job hunting, he gets to spend more time with you. That's pretty special. But when a few days turned into a few weeks, and then a few months, and Dad still didn't have a job, I started to worry. I worried that we would not be able to stay in our house anymore, or that we would not have enough money for food. Sounds like Doug's worry too. And then I overheard Mom asking Dad, what are we going to do? That's when I really started to worry. Either the grown-ups talking, worried, kid eavesdropping. So While Dad was busy looking for a job and Mom was busy looking after some of the neighborhood kids for extra money, Ricky and I came up with a plan. A plan to save money. It's called Operation Save, I said one night while we were sitting at the dinner table. Ricky and I have thought of some ways that we can save money, I said. And the secret to saving money is to spend less, said Ricky with a smile on his face. That is the secret of saving money indeed, is to spend less. From that day onward, Operation Save was in full swing. That meant that whenever we wanted things, like a new pair of soccer shoes, a new video game, or even going out for dinner, we would think about it first. Was it something we really needed? Now that's a good idea, because there's a difference between things that you need, like food, and things that you want, like a video game. You don't need a video game to live, but you need food. So that's a good way of looking at things. And guess what? We found out that for a lot of the things we thought we needed, we really didn't need them at all. Oh, like what? Ricky and I learned how to make the things that we already had feel like new again. Oh, that's a cool idea. How did they do that? I shined up my soccer shoes, and Ricky found an old video game from the back of the closet that we had forgotten about. We even started making our own lunches instead of buying lunch at school. Oh yeah, make your own lunch. That's so much money that you save, and you can pack more food or more of your favorite foods. It's just as delicious. Even dinner turned into an adventure. Mom and Dad became good at using up leftovers. Oh, I love leftovers. And to make dinner even better, Mom started to make up fancy names for everything she made. Who could have guessed that there were so many recipes for leftover chicken? Oh yes, there is poulet-vous, there is chicken à la française, so many things. And if you get dressed up extra fancy, the food tastes even better. Did you know that? Have you tried it? No? You should. It seemed like Operation Save was really helping us. We didn't spend so much money on things that we didn't need, and we were still able to play soccer and go to the movies once in a while. It wasn't so bad. No, that's a good idea. And in fact, you can even, if you have movies at home, trade movies with friends so you have some new movies to watch at home in case you get tired of watching the same movies. That's another fun way of getting new movies in the house without buying them. Then, one morning when Ricky and I came downstairs for breakfast, we found Dad in the kitchen making pancakes. He was wearing a fancy suit and a tie with an apron wrapped around his waist. Are you feeling okay, Dad? Ricky asked. I feel terrific, Dad said, as he flipped the pancake high up into the air. Let's eat, said Dad. I have some good news. Come on, Dad. Tell us the good news, I said as I finished off my last pancake. Those pancakes, can I just say, they look delicious. Okay, here it goes. I got a job today, and I start today, Dad smiled. Ricky and I jumped up and shouted, hooray! Oh, I'm going to miss you, Dad, I said. Me too, Dad sighed, but everything's going to be okay. As I think back to that snowy day, a lot has changed. Dad has a job. Mom still looks after the neighborhood kids. And Operation Save has become a way of life for us. Maybe things, really do happen for a reason. Yes, things, in fact, always happen for a reason. Doesn't mean we know the reason. Not always right away, but always for a good reason. Do you think? Yes, Doug the dinosaur, do you feel better now? Oh, yes, I do. Do you think that Operation Save is a good thing to do all the time? Well, as a matter of fact, Doug, I happen to think that saving money and things like that and weighing what you want versus what you need is always a great way of running your financial house, so to speak. Why do you think that? Do you not have enough money? No, I do have enough money. It's just, Doug, that I like to save my money and not use it all up on things, because things, they get old. Yeah. And then you don't want them anymore? Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And sometimes if you have too many things, you don't appreciate the things you already have.
Oh yeah, that's true. I know this won't Fred. I won't say his name. I'll just call him Fred. Yeah, Fred. Fred had so many video games that he could never play all of them, and he would forget what he had, you know, and then he always wanted more, but then he didn't play with the ones he already had. I don't understand that.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what happens with all kinds of things, not just video games, toys, clothes, shoes.
You have a lot of shoes.
I know, but I still don't have as many as I'd like to have.
I see. So you also save.
Exactly. Well, now, kid, you have some strategies on saving money.
Operation Save.
Exactly. And in case something like this happens to you, you know, don't worry. Things will look up and get better, and our parents will find another job. But in the meantime, you can always help.
Yeah.
By
saving.
Exactly. Well, see you next time, kid, on Hit It, Doug.
KidTime StoryTime. I feel much better after reading this story. You kind of freaked me out by the title, Storyteller.
I knew that you would get a little anxious about it, but I knew you'd feel better after reading it.
I do.